Hi, I'm Jason. I'm a fashion designer in New York City, and you are in my apartment. I've been social distancing for about 4 weeks, except for a few grocery runs, which I always wear protective mask and gloves. That's really important. I've tried to come up with ways to keep my mind creative, so I have challenged myself to make new dishes every single night. Tonight I'm gonna make a vegetarian dumpling. I've traditionally only done this with meat, so I am going to try a new recipe with only vegetables. So I'm gonna start with my ingredients. I have cabbage, which I previously diced, some scallions, which I'm gonna chop up right now. A lot of people wonder what part of the scallions you should and should not use. I like to use all of the scallion. So I've chopped it to around this part. The really interesting tip is that I like to save these roots. I learned this in Thailand, and tomorrow I'm making a broth. Now I'm gonna chop the mushrooms. I like these dehydrated mushrooms, you can see. You can get them in most Asian grocery stores. I've soaked them here in water, slightly warm water, for about 15-20 minutes. So I like to press them dry because mushrooms tend to water and you don't want it to overwater once you cook it. I'm gonna dice them up. I like to cut off the roots first, the stems, and I save the stems along with the scallion stems. These are really great for making broth, so I don't want anything to go to waste. Chop your mushrooms crossways and then sideways. I'm gonna make the filling. I take my garlic. It's really, really fine. I'm gonna give you the flavor. Take my mushrooms. Chop scallions. And then you kind of eyeball the amount. And then here's the chopped cabbage. Well, that's kind of our meat of this dish. We'll give that a little stir. Right? And I'm gonna add 1 egg. And then for this, because it's all vegetarian, I like to use a little rice flour, just kind of to keep things really dry and not too moist. Soy sauce, about 2 tablespoons. Sesame oil, the all-important sesame oil. A little bit of white pepper. I tend to not use salt because there will be a dipping sauce, and the soy sauce provides actually a lot of sodium. Here is kind of where you start getting your meat-like texture. Have some water, put it all the way around. Take a little bit of filling, not too much because they will open up. Fold the 2 edges of the dumpling, and the water that you put earlier seals the dumpling. So here, my dumplings are ready, and then I'm going to put a little bit of sesame oil, coat the pan. Use a non-stick pan, preferably. Coat it really well. Then I like to put the dumplings in rows. Video. It's sauce time, so soy sauce. I can't live without it. Soy sauce. Touch of sesame oil. And I use sesame oil like everything. And then a little bit like rice vinegar. It's like the Holy Trinity. And then I've got some ginger. I'm gonna cut the skin off. And by the way, again, I save these skin parts with some of the flesh on it, and then I make a tea in the morning with some lime and some corn silk tea bags. And then I just grate it. And then a little grated garlic. So don't kiss anyone after this, but I'm not kissing anyone during coronavirus anyway, so whatever. Give it a little stir. The oil has sizzled a little bit and add a little water. For 1 cup. And then cover. Switch to medium heat. I'm gonna let that simmer for a second. So my dumplings are done. You can see when the bottom is just a little crisp and the top should not be brown. They're perfect. And I'm gonna serve them with my little pickled cucumber dipping sauce. Thank you for joining me and stay safe and I hope to see you soon.